Hello and welcome to Surviving Mars, Relaunched. This is episode 1 of a new series, and hopefully it is not the last episode because I am a brand new player. There's a high likelihood that I could fail in my playthrough. Here I am playing as the Space Y company. I think I had a difficulty set to about 220%. Starting budget of 4 point something billion dollars, 4.4, 4.5. I forget. I think it was 4.7. Anyways, I'm playing on this map here because this map actually has the lowest amount of disasters, cold waves, dust storms, all that stuff. But unfortunately this map seems to have a bit of an unusual layout. So it is really divided into 3 parts. There's the middle part, which I started in, and then there's basically I'm in the bottom of a canyon, and then there are these canyon elevated areas on the sides. I don't know. But anyway, we are starting our operation here. I've got a landing pad down. I've got the water vaporizer, or what have you, evaporator. We've got, here we're putting in a water well, a water extractor. But I'm brand new to the game. That teaser video I showed you last week was basically just some video that I filmed during the tutorial, which I would say the tutorial actually, it helped, but I find I am woefully unprepared even after beating the tutorial. I'm actually surprised there was no trophy or achievement for doing the tutorial. Oftentimes, tutorials are not very fun, so usually there'll be a trophy for it. Anyways, don't worry about that. We are getting started. So here I have my little worker working. This map, of course, poses its challenges, but we're not shy to overcome the difficulties that the Martian landscape presents. When this game was announced, I was so excited for it. Honestly, I think that it just looks so good. I never played the first one. I never played the original, I should say, not the first one. I do recall during the dev diaries, they said this is kind of like, it's going to be a mix between a sequel and a remaster, because they need to remaster it in order to, I guess, develop it to a point where they can handle things that they wanted to do with the original but couldn't, or something of the sort. Anyways, it doesn't matter, but I think it looks really good. It's great as well because obviously the price of it is a lot more friendly compared to if I wanted to play the original and buy all the DLCs. Now when you're watching this, there will have been some talk about the some difficult things about the game that were not very well polished on release. I haven't experienced it yet, but at the same time I haven't played too much. So yeah, hopefully when I get to those issues like the asteroids and everything, I know they've just done a patch for the asteroids, but hopefully some of the other things don't affect me too much. So, as I was saying, the tutorial basically doesn't really teach you how to survive Mars. It just teaches you how to play. So I find during this playthrough, I'm actually in situations that I was a bit underprepared for. Like, usually because of my own stupidity, I'm like, oh, let's do that. But then I realize that I'm stretching myself too thin. Like, resource management is a big part. Like here, I'm putting all this stuff down when I don't really need that at the moment, but I'm putting it down anyways. You know, it's a lot of, do you need it? Because once you put it down and build it, it starts to decay. It starts to break down, right? And need repairing. And if it's something that requires something like machine parts or electronics, which are very limited, then you're in trouble. But also I have very little budget, so I need to import all that stuff from Earth. And I didn't start with a great budget here. That's probably something that is my fault.
Research complete.
Of course. And also choosing what to import. Like sometimes, oh, you should import more like drone hubs. And also I put everything into research instead of funding, so I'm a bit of a fool there. But I'm just expanding this out. It's not exactly organic, but you know, it's my first playthrough. It's everything is totally unoptimized. If somebody like Provis or one of these great Surviving Mars YouTubers watch my playthrough, they're gonna cringe. They're gonna cringe hard because this is definitely not how you play the game. But you know, I didn't really watch too much Surviving Mars content, so I can't say that I'm actually gonna be very good at it. But that's kind of half the fun. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have a couple dozen people relying on me pretty soon, so their lives are in my hands. Here we have our first, well, I don't know, mystery, these weird crystals, which are kind of cool. But the wonders of Mars. I could break them into pieces and sell them each piece for like $1,000 on Earth, like a tiny little fragment, and I could make money that way. That's one thing I'm pretty sure the tutorial doesn't tell you how to make money. Doesn't tell you how to make like solid income. Here we're just lifting off for the first time. We had enough rocket fuel. That's important. You gotta get that down. Getting some recharge stations in for my beautiful little drones. These guys are pretty cute. Overall though, I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I've only put in about, I don't know, like 15 hours in the 2 weeks. So not crazy numbers, but yeah, haven't run into any of the bugs yet. But I'm just slow going. I'm not very good at these games, so. But I like the challenge, and I like to branch out. We'll see what sort of stories we can come up with. But this colony here, its file name is just test colony. These are my little guinea pigs. My little experimentees. So if this colony fails, then it'll just break apart. Nature will reclaim the surface and will forget all about them. And these colonists will be remembered as heroes of Earth or something. Getting some batteries in, unloading goods. Here we have, I guess, my first real enemy is these electric twisters, these dust devils. It took me a long time to figure out that these things were sort of caused by these crystals, because they only happen around the crystals. Unfortunately, it took me a while to figure out they were even harmful, because I found some of my rovers were just shutting down. I'm thinking, what the heck's going on?
Milestone completed.
What do we got in here? Oh, people. First people. This is a very important moment. Oh, you brave man. What is your name, sir? The first man on Mars. Well, aren't you gonna take a look around? If I jump down off of this, I'd probably take a real good look around. But these guys just want to get to their house.
Warning. Crop failure.
Yeah, we've got a fridge stocked up with food, with ice cold beers. I got a space bar for you guys. Because what else are you gonna do? Now, I did watch the Provis tutorial on how to play when the game released. They released a 3-part tutorial. I did watch it. It was very helpful. So I've sort of divided up my population here. I've got botanists, I've got geologists, I've got scientists. I want my people to produce science as well while they're here. What else do I got? Yeah, those are the main ones. A bunch of non-specialized people. I did not. Here we have my first casualty of the electric dust devil phenomenon. But yeah, I did get some non-occupations. I brought no alcoholics because I expect them to develop that quality here on Mars. What else are you gonna do here? Have a couple brewskis. Look out the window. Here we have another of these dust devils getting hazardously close to my whatever this thing is, this observation rover. Here, is this guy dead? Yeah, he's done. He was driving right into the path of the storm. So they do break apart, of course, but here they are getting rather close to my colony. They go about...
Warning.
I've sort of measured it out. They go about a tile away from the phenomenon. They'll go anywhere, I would say, within that tile, and sometimes they get right to the edge of the adjacent tile, so they can really go anywhere. This was for a mission. They said, oh, you should build this extractor, this concrete extracting thing, and for a faction opportunity. So I did that. I have no idea if I even benefited from the faction opportunity, but I did it. What do we got here? More colonists, maybe? No, I don't think so. Probably just some goods. This is my first big project here, creating a ramp. Which is good. Come on, yeah. I mainly just want to get up there. But yes, this series, this Surviving Mars series I'm going to do, I have no idea when I'm going to end it. It's going to be basically just learning the game for real. And then we can do some real Surviving Mars stories. I can tell you the story of every single colonist. I'm playing the game, by the way, on 1x speed. I'm not increasing the speed at all. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's interesting to just watch the game go at 1x speed. But I do find that for a new player, that's really quick enough. If you're an expert, a master of the craft, then I can understand. I can understand that you're going at 3x speed, you know, you got a lot on the go, but for a guy like me, I've got to make sure that I'm micromanaging everything, because I'm just so new to the whole thing. This is a big mistake here, putting down a second dome, which I have no use for. It's just a waste of resources. There was me experimenting with the tunnel system, which ended up not working because I guess I put it at the wrong angle. But anyways, this is all for vanity.
A building has stopped working.
But yeah, I mean, the game's super fun. I really like it. It's got that nice mix of impending, challenging doom and just chill Mars vibes. But there is a bit of the impending doom. I feel like I'm always on the verge of killing all my colonists. Accidentally, of course. But yeah, hopefully you like it. This is the trial series. We're gonna see how we go, but I guess I'll just call it, I don't know, Test Colony for the YouTube video title. That'll be good. And this is a great way to end the video here. The first Martian-born child we celebrate with fireworks. Feels good. I put in a preschool or a nursery just for that one kid. It's like, you know, the school in Japan or the school in Scotland where they say they only have 2 students. It's basically going to be like that. Hopefully we get more children born on the red planet, but I think for their sakes, maybe it's better not to be born.